Right, so I'd like to say welcome back to my channel. This is absolutely not how I wanted to have my next video and how I wanted to start the year. I had kind of told myself that I wanted to try and do one vlog a month for 2024 in the hopes that we would actually get out and do some competing this year. However, the end of 23 didn't end how I wanted it to. As you can see from the previous clips, Binky has taken a trip to Newmarket Equine Hospital, which is actually my main vet's. And yes, it is a referral centre, which is quite handy because it means I don't have to, well, we do have to refer her, but it's just a lot easier. So yeah, I'm just going to run through whilst you watch these clips of me grooming her, because that is what I did a lot of in the beginning, as I will explain now. So end of November last year, I felt like she didn't feel quite right. She was, I would say, just not right in the school. So whenever I was trotting her around in the menage, she just felt like she didn't want to go forward. She felt like she was struggling on the turns, and yeah, she wasn't hopping lame. She just didn't feel like she was 100%. And it was only in the school, and you could just say you're imagining it, because to start with I did question myself a little bit, but then it sort of changed to when we was out hacking. She was doing what she had done before in the past, when before she had laminitis last year, way before then. She'd gotten really footy on the roads, and she was trying to walk in the middle of the road, because even the camber on the road, like if it was a bit of a funny camber, it was too much for her, and she'd started to do that again. So I contacted my lovely vet, and she said send me some videos over. So I had no one to video me on her, so I had to put her on the lunge, and actually on the lunge it was worse, which I think lameness does tend to go that way. Yeah, so I stuck her on the lunge, sent the videos to my vets. I might well put one in a little while along. But the long and short is, she went to the vets, and on the first appointment at the vets, she stayed there overnight. They did a whole lameness evaluation on her. My vet was like, I don't think it's laminitis. She's not lame enough. She's not got a digital pulse. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they did some x-rays on her, and they were shocked to see that she had got slight rotation on her pedal bones on both feet, like 3 degrees, I think it was, 2.5, 3 degrees. So very, very slight, but it kind of confirmed laminitis, which we were both really shocked about, because she hadn't been having much grass turnout at all. So we then tested her for EMS. Again, she had that tested last year, but she had 2 different tests this time, and it confirmed that her levels were still low, so she doesn't have EMS, which we were quite shocked about. We was kind of we didn't want her to have EMS, but it kind of would have explained it, because she was so slightly lame. Like, it wasn't a laminitic lame is like, if you know horses, it's very, very obvious. They have a particular stance they take. They can't really leave their stable, and it was just so slight. So anyway, my vet said to me, we need to get her on a diet. She is overweight, and actually when I'm going to put some clips on of her being lunged, what I sent to my vet, and looking back at them now, I see that she was really overweight. Like, I always knew she was tubby, don't get me wrong, I did, and we've always found it a battle, but now that I've got some of the weight off of her, she was quite overweight. So yeah, so the long and short is, she's been on a big diet. She's only allowed 8 kilos of soaked hay a day, so that's split into 2 nets, and nothing else, just a handful of short feed to have her supplements in, and a balancer. And she has had multiple trips back to the vets now. I do weigh tape her weekly. I know it's not accurate, but it gives me a point of reference to see that she's losing and not gaining, which every time she's been back to the vets 3 times now, and she is definitely losing weight. She's lost about 40 kilos, which is not bad. However, she is still unsound. and I'm recording this now. It is the end of February. I think it's the 24th today, potentially. And yeah, she is still not sound. She is markedly improved. I have been back riding her. She wasn't being ridden for the first month that she was on box rest, but she has been being ridden since then. So let me show you the video I had of her lunging that I sent my vets. So this is one of the videos I sent my vets. I sent them many. I shan't bore you with them all. You can see here that she is, like I say, she is a lot fatter than I really ever thought she was. You're just kind of blinded to it sometimes, aren't you? And I'm a bit ashamed to see that, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. And at the time, I think, oh no, this was the better rein. So yeah, I sent these to my vets, and you'll see in a minute when she goes up to trot, it's like a head bob every now and then. Let's see as she goes around. I think it's on this corner, you see it. There you go. There's a few like head bobs in there anyway. So yeah, she got diagnosed with having very mild laminitis, but a slight rotation on it. So we had my farrier put pads on her, and just worked with the vet to get her shoeing right. To start with, the pads actually blew her legs up overnight. So I came down the next day and her legs were really swollen, and she never gets swollen legs standing, and she never ever has done. So I was a bit concerned about that, but actually it did go down after a few days and didn't ever return. So Binky basically has been on box rest since middle of December, so just before Christmas. She's been on complete box rest. She hasn't had any field turnout. She had a month's complete rest, and then since then, so middle of Jan, she went back to the vets. She was slightly improved, but not 100%. So they said, we'll start ridden work. We need to get this weight off of her. So we walked, built up to trot, and we've just been doing walk and trot. We haven't been doing any more than that. And she's been back again since then. So she went back twice since then, actually. And although she is improving, she's still not right. And the last time we went back, we kind of decided that we said take the pads off because we weren't sure that they were doing anything. And my vet wanted my farrier to check under the pads, and they said take the pads off, carry on riding her, which I still am at the moment. I say she is definitely better, but still not quite right. And in 2 weeks' time, I have to let them know whether or not whether she's still lame, and if she is, then we are going to go down the MRI route, which is probably what I'm going to do, to be honest with you. Yeah, so since then we've just been doing a lot of hacking. This is actually an old clip. This was taken a while back, but that's basically all we've been doing is hacking in straight lines. It's been a bit tricky because, as with everyone in the UK at the minute, it's so wet, muddy and boggy everywhere, and I have to be a little bit careful. I have done a little bit in the school, but just walking, a little tiny bit of trot, not too many circles. She has lost 40 kilos, like I said earlier on. So she is looking so much better. I will put some footage on in a little while when I sign this vlog out. I'm sorry it's really chatty. I tried to do over a little bit of something in the background, but there isn't a lot going on. I just wanted to update. I wanted to try and do a monthly vlog. I missed January, obviously. But yeah, so we have literally just been hacking, a little tiny bit of schooling. I have put her on the lunge a couple of times just to really see, because that's when I really notice if she's sound or not. So at the minute, she's sound on the right rein, and she's ever so slightly lame on the left. I did actually put her on the lunge this afternoon, and she was a lot better. And I know she's feeling better because she goes off on the lunge and tries to roar around like an idiot, which I obviously have to be careful about. But yeah, so next steps is just to carry on riding her because that's what they've told me to do, walking and trotting, carry on with the diet, and then get her booked in for an MRI most likely in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, I will try and add some extra footage, more update footage from the next couple of days. There she is, the good girl. Got some nuggets. Right, let's get you tacked up. It's very windy, so this could be fun. A windy horse and 3 months box rest. Yay! Yay, rock and roll! It's proper windy outside, so this could be fun. She's got her nice Thermotex bum warmer on. Show everyone how slim you're getting. Slim. I don't think you're getting slim Binks, are you? This stable's an absolute shit pit. Look at that. That is just vile, is it not? Not one whole poo there. I think the thing is now she's getting bored. So she's box walking a little bit. Not stressy, just wandering. She's starting to leave the hay room at the minute, so none of them are liking it. It's very green, looks really nice, but they just don't like it. Anyway, let's get cracking, missus. The airport, Beanie. All those planes. To the right of us, mate. Take off and landing. It's a shame because it does ruin us a bit. That and the building site next to us. Okay, so this will be the first and the last time you will see my face, thankfully, you're thinking, on this vlog. It wasn't meant to be a long vlog. I'm hoping it's not going to be too long. I have started editing it. It was just really an update. So yeah, we just went out another hack. That's all we seem to do at the minute is hack. But I must say, actually, today is the first day. I'm sorry if you can't hear this. It's very, very windy, and I have tried to do this where it's sheltered. And this is one of the things that really annoys me when people do Instagram stories or vlog when it's windy. And here I am doing it. 1 second. That's a bit better. Yeah, I just want to wrap this up quickly, really. Yeah, then we've gone out for another hack. I just had a little trot on the road, and actually today is the best she's felt in trot on a hard surface. Normally when we're on the road, if you get a dodgy camber on the road, she tries to trot in the middle of the road, whereas today she was striding out, she wasn't trying to slow down, and she was quite happy trotting on the edge of the road. So yeah, I think, like I say, I do want to try and do a vlog a month. It will depend on the diagnosis at the end of all this, whether we end up having to have an MRI scan and what that MRI scan says and reads. Like I say, I've got to talk to my vets in about a week's time and see what she thinks. I think she will end up going back up there again just for an evaluation, because obviously she's a vet and she can see more than I can see and pick up more than I can pick up. So the next vlog will be in March, and it will probably be another update. But yeah, so give me a minute, 1 second. Well, obviously a bit more time has gone past than just a minute. Binky's all mucked out and settled till I come up later on, so I have to come back up about 7, half 7, to put her night net in, because she's only allowed 4 kilos of net and it has to be soaked. So I'll come back up later on to do that, and I'll give her a feed at the same time. I have left her with a bucket of top chop 0. If anyone has got a laminitic horse, pony, brilliant stuff, because there's basically nothing in it. It's just chopped straw, and they've laced it with, like, I think mint and apple or something. I've heard that some that are really fussy won't eat it, but she's so hungry at the minute she'll eat anything. So yeah, I'll end up rambling forever if I don't close this up. So obviously when we go back in a week or so's time, I will do an update vlog, let you know how she's got on. I mean, worst case scenario, well, best case, let's start with the best. The best case scenario is that they find that she's sound, she can start getting fitting and working again, and we can start getting back competing. We only do low end competing, a little bit of everything, but if we could get back to that, brilliant. Second worst case scenario, or best case scenario, is that they say she can't jump anymore, and I will have to re-find my love for dressage. I used to love dressage, but once I got her and she jumped, I just got the bug. can't afford a second horse or a third horse because I have actually got another horse that's retired. So yeah, anyway, and then obviously the worst case scenario, which I would like to think is a very slim chance, because she's so well, I don't think she's unsound anymore anyway, but she was only ever marginally lame. So, but the worst case scenario would be, they obviously say that she needs retiring. Like I say, I like to sort of prepare myself for the worst but hope for the best, so I don't think it will come to that, but you have to sort of keep that in the back of your mind. So yeah, I'll wrap this up here. Thanks ever so much for watching. Fingers crossed we actually get a good journey this year, get some good vlogs out, some competition vlogs, and the next one's a little bit more positive than this one. But yeah, thanks ever so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. I will try and make the vlogs as interesting as I possibly can. See you for the next one.